So after you guys have gotten a chance to sort of sit back and see everything that happened at the end of last year, going to the Women's College World Series, sort of a 360-degree view after it's all sunk in all off season, how do you guys reflect on that? How does it look on the program and on yourselves?
I mean, obviously it looks great because we haven't been to the World Series in, I think it was like 17 years or something like that.
Yeah, I think like 2008 or something.
Or I think it was 2005.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so obviously that was great. Unfortunately though, rankings just came out and we didn't really get the respect that we thought we had earned. So it'll be very interesting this season to see how that ends up working out and stuff. But definitely a good thing. Got to put ourselves on a map. You know, we got some recognition that we hadn't been getting for a couple of years, like Mariah getting All-American. I mean, she had great numbers every single year she had been here. So it was just a matter of time before she got her real awards and stuff like that. But yeah, I think this is a new team, so we're not trying to dwell too much on, you know, the past, because we have to take care of business ourselves. So.
And what's next for you, Frankie? I mean, you've done about everything that's possible in terms of hitting and offensive success. Like, how do you keep setting the bar higher?
Well, I don't like to look at numbers too much, so I don't really look at my stats like that. But I just try to do like little things a little bit different every year. So like this year, I think I'm just gonna try to focus on just being like a feared hitter and, you know, continue to do what I do, not try to do too much, because I know with this being my last year, like I'll probably subconsciously want to do a lot, but that never works out for me. So yeah, just try and keep it simple and, you know, have fun. Like I said, like this is my last year. I have nothing to lose, so.
Do you think maybe more of stepping into Mariah's like seniority role as well? Do you feel like that's a good way to, I don't know, say that?
So. I mean, I feel like last year, me and Mariah were already kind of in that role together because we had just been here for a while together. But she has some big shoes that is going to be hard to fill because she was a two-way player. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to try to just keep doing me and keeping it simple, because like I said, when I get too much like in my head and want to do too much, then it just goes bad. So.
For both of you now, who should we look out for? Who are the newcomers to this roster that you guys have seen in the fall and here early in the winter months that, you know, are just gonna pop when you see them on the field?
I think we got a great freshman class. We got girls who are willing to go in literally to any role, which is huge. Like whatever position Coach Berg throws them into, they're all game for it, which is huge for our program because, you know, you never know what may happen on the field. Injuries and having people going from back to forth is great. So Maddie Clark, Jenna Birch, like literally all of our freshman class, I would say, is to look out for because they're all great and I think they all have awesome attitudes. So I can't name specifics, but they're all great. Like I know, very talented group.
Yeah,
for sure.
They definitely have been keeping us on our toes and like, you know, pushing the returners to do better because, again, we have a big roster this year and not everyone gets to travel and not everyone gets to play. So it's been a competition at every single practice. We're competing against each other, but it's just making everyone better. So as a unit, we're definitely getting better.
For either or both of you, finding the success that you did last year, making it to the College World Series, you feel like now that you've proven that you can do it and that it's possible, that's kind of the expectation moving forward? Like do you view that as the floor of a successful season?
Oh yeah.
100%. Our goal is always OKC. That's something we strive for each season and we always push for, and you know, we're all working as a unit to get to that goal. That's in the end, that's all we want to do and accomplish and do it together.
And at the end of last year, when we had lost our last game at the World Series, Coach Berg goes, you know what, this is blood in the water and we're Sharks. So we're just gonna come back for more and come back for more and come back for more. And I really think that's how this team is looking at it. because everybody's hungry, everybody's competing, and everybody's coming in and working hard.
You talked about rankings coming out and not getting the respect you think you deserve, but do you think there is something to be said about kind of having that chip on your shoulder moving into the season? Do you use that as extra motivation? I'm sure you guys have been talking about it.
We're laughing. That's a big thing our coach says.
Bird loves saying
chip on your shoulder.
Chip on your shoulder. Chip on your shoulder.
Every game. Yeah.
Yeah. She gives us a new chip every day.
So that just only adds fuel to the fire, right? It just proves to us even more like, hey, we're gonna fight even harder now.
Yeah. And again, you know what? Like, this is a new team.
Mm-hmm.
We have new players, so we have to earn our respect either way. So this, yeah, like you said, it's a chip on the shoulder, fuel to the fire. We're definitely keeping it in our back pocket.
I have a lot of advice. I don't really need this. I feel like you guys kind of flew under the radar in the regular season last year, and then, you know, at the end of the season, it was kind of just like you win and you keep going. So what do you guys feel like you really build up until that point, maybe when you were flying underneath the radar?
Yeah, I would say so for sure. There was a few weeks in a row, we kept losing by one, and it was like over and over again, like a loss by one. I think it was every game.
I think it was like 11 games straight or something
losing
like
by
that.
one.
Losing
So
by
like
one.
that was hard to overcome, and then especially the last series in the Utah series is when I think we flipped the switch, and it was like we gotta get this. It's do or die. So definitely last year we had lots of perseverance, which I think taught us the returners this year, like taught us how, you know, through the hard times to keep going and pushing through.
Definitely, and those one-run losses were all to like really good opponents. Like I think it was Washington and UCLA, then Oregon or something like that. Yeah. So we knew that we were right there. We knew that we were literally right there, and we just need to, you know, click one more little thing, and we'd be cool. And you know that happened right when we got into that Utah series. We flipped the switch, like she said, and I think we just kept it rolling. We were like, well, you know, we have nothing to lose now. You know, we're in postseason. We made it to postseason finally, like we wanted to, and now we have nothing to lose. So let's just play free and have fun.
Would you say that's the lesson that you learned from last season?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yes.
If you look at any of the videos of us in postseason, our dugout was crazy.
Oh.
Like people had cup headsets on, like
Behind Coach Berg during interviews, like dancing.
There's people dancing.
Yeah.
We had crazy stuff going on in the dugout, but it almost made it so much better. Like there was no pressure on us. We were just having fun and just playing to play, and I think that's what really helped us. And then when we got to the World Series, we were like, again, well, we're at the World Series. Like no one thought we were gonna be here, so let's just have fun with it.
Do you guys kind of prefer that underdog rating? I know you said you like to see your high, but like, do you almost kind of like being an underdog, like shock the nation?
Oh yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, it's definitely like a FU to everyone else, you know, like you guys just think we're the underdogs or we're the doormat to the Pac-12, and we're not. You know, they come and play us and they're like, oh crap, like
very underestimated.
Yeah, we didn't think that was gonna happen. Like we didn't think this was gonna be a close game. Like I know after that Washington series, a couple people had reached out to us and like, dude, we were scared out of our minds. Like we didn't know what to do. We didn't know what hit us. So I think we as a team love that, and Coach Berg definitely loves that. But it does suck when it comes to the rankings and all those type of awards at the end of the year, because it is very political, and if you don't make certain things like number of wins or, you know, getting to postseason and whatnot, you don't really necessarily get all those cool accolades and stuff like that.
And then what do you think that just says about the Pac-12 for softball?
Oh, it's tough. Pac-12 is tough. And, you know, everyone talks about SEC this, SEC that. But you know what? The Pac-12 is hard. And, you know, you're playing like almost a ranked team every single weekend. So
there's no letting off the gas pedal.
Yeah.
It's just go, go, go. There's no one little slip up is when, you know, you lose a game that you thought you had, you know?
And even the teams that aren't ranked in the Pac, you know, they're not easy competitors. Like I remember last year, Utah was playing Oklahoma. They almost beat them.
Yeah.
Like it literally is anyone's game.
Doesn't matter who's in the dugout is something we always say.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who's in the other side. just play your game,
Yep.
respect the game, and have fun.
Obviously, you lose Mariah not just as a hitter, but in the circle as well. Does it help having seen what Tarney and Sarah could do going into next season and knowing what to expect from them?
I think for sure. They're amazing pitchers. We've seen them pitch. Great work ethic, which is huge, and ability to work through pitches they want to keep pushing to get better and better and better. So our pitching staff will be great. I have all the confidence in them. We'll always play behind them with all the confidence in the world. So I think they have good experience to bring. Tarney played on an Australian team, so she's got international experience as well. And then Sarah, came in as a freshman and did an awesome job. And we got 2 new girls this year who would be awesome as well. But yeah, I think
I think
confidence.
our staff is definitely gonna surprise a lot of people. Again, people think we just have Mariah was our only pitcher last year. No. Sarah also had really good numbers last year, and considering she was a freshman, she had really great numbers. So with her experience at the World Series and experience in postseason, that's just going to carry over this year. And then we got two transfers, and they're putting in work too, and they're making our other pitchers compete at practice too. So everyone's getting better, like I said, and like she said, we have confidence in anyone who goes in. We don't care who it is. We're going to play hard, and it doesn't matter.
Last season, obviously, it ended in the Women's College World Series, but throughout the course of the year, it felt like injury-wise, you just couldn't catch a break last year. I mean, you shuffled the infield, I don't know how many times, and then it felt like you never had all 3 of your pitchers at the same time. You might have 2 of the 3, but never all 3. Was that a little frustrating, and you're hoping for a little better injury line?
Absolutely.
It was definitely random. I think poor Frankie over here twisted her ankle badly just stepping in behind a base. So it's random.
It's like a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, I know.
I went down, then Mariah went down.
Charity. So there's a lot of moving around. But I mean, again, I think that only pushed us even further, and it challenged a few of us to new roles. I know I was challenged to a new role from short to third to short, then back to third. So it's always fun doing new positions, but again, we rally for our team and we play for them, always, ourselves and them.
Yeah, and I think with the amount of players we have on the squad and how versatile everyone is, we should be okay. Like, if injuries happen, I mean, they're gonna happen. It is what it is. But I know there's people behind whoever's at that position that's ready to go,
With last year's team leaning a little bit towards the younger side and having so many freshmen, underclassmen in key roles, how much does bringing a lot of that back give you confidence that you can replicate the success you found last year?
Oh yeah, it definitely gives us some confidence, because like everyone said, like, no one thought this young team was gonna be able to go that far, and it just goes to show it doesn't really matter how old you are or what you do, as long as you're getting your job done, like, everyone will be okay. And like we said about the incoming freshmen, they're all hungry and they're all versatile, they all want to get better, so I don't think it'll be a problem for us to figure that out.
For both of you, who's the toughest at bat of the fall that you're facing?
Like pitching wise?
Yeah.
That's hard.
It's hard.
They're all very different. Like,
Yes.
all of our pitchers are very different.
Depends on what your weakness is, and they will find it very quickly. So
Definitely.
if it's a change up, if it's a rise, they'll find it. So I can't really name one. They're all
very different.
Yeah.
I mean, if I look at all my at-bats against all of them, I've struck out at least once against all of them. So, I mean, I really don't know. Yeah.
Very good competition.
Yeah, it will be cool to see how they work as a staff, because they are different, and a lot of times, like, a staff isn't that different, or their pitchers are pretty similar. So I think it's cool that we have a variety of type of pitchers we have on our staff.